Hey guys, good morning. Happy Friday. Glad you are with me today. Today is a fun day. It is Foam Roll Friday. So for props today, we're going to use a foam roller. So let's grab this foam roller and without further ado, we will get started. So guys, from here, let's just take this foam roller and we'll lie it across our fingertips, bring those elbows back behind and just reach those arms forward, one knee into tabletop, and switch and continue. So this little move will begin to warm up the body, and I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you and thank you for joining me today. If you're with me live, always super happy to see my Foam Roll Friday girls. And if you're with me on YouTube, welcome. Thanks for dropping in. I know there's a lot of really terrific Pilates options on YouTube, so I'm super happy that you are with me today. So I'd like to thank you for that. Okay, guys, also, this simple move is a terrific opportunity for me to request of you, as always, to keep your session with me today both pain-free and safe. So at any time, if I'm cueing for a move, particularly with the balance or anything else for that matter, that is not safe for you, I really honestly do not want you to do it, and I want you to do something different. So you are working in a safe and pain-free range of motion. That's super important to me. That said, sometimes the foam roller can be a little uncomfortable, like a firm massage. So we don't want it to hurt. On a scale of 1 to 10, don't really want it to go above 7 or so. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. All right, guys, for 3 and 2 and 1 and pause. Let's take this foam roller, guys. We'll place it down in front of us, upright, placing one hand on top and the other hand on top. We'll take a few steps back and just rock that weight forward and rock that weight back. Oh, that's hard to say. And continue, just feeling that foam roller supporting you. Woo! Yeah, beginning to feel that length and space in your back. And also notice how you're stretching those, well, actually we're stretching quite a bit, but pay attention to the calf area and the legs. We're both stretching and strengthening them. Woo, for 2. Yeah, you guys look really awesome. And 1, find stillness. And then if you're not already, lower that head down so it is between those biceps. And just take a few breaths here and really think about allowing that body to relax with the support of the hands on the foam roller. And then if you wish, guys, let's begin to pedal those knees. And breathe. For 2 and 1. And then, guys, softness in the knees. Take a little step forward and then use the foam roller as assistance to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up. Oh, I know, nice, that feels amazing. And then we'll take the foam roller and we'll put it directly behind us. And we'll place all 10 fingertips onto that foam roller behind us. So we were just in a really nice forward fold, and we're going to balance that out now by just taking a few steps away. And then we'll reach that chest forward. I always like to cue this like we're hanging 10 on a longboard in a soul arch going down the line. So it's if that terminology means nothing to you, that's like standing on a surfboard on the very front end of the surfboard with your all 10 toes hanging over the nose of the surfboard. And this position here is called a soul arch. Yeah, so you guys look amazing in those soul arches, feeling that terrific stretch. Oh, and breathing. If you think about it, this is the exact opposite stance of our core posture today, where our torso leans over our hips. Here we've got the hips in front of the torso. Feeling that stretch in the chest and the arms for 3 and 2, and then take a little step backwards to come out of this stretch. Nice job. Let's take the foam roller over to one side. Doesn't matter which, we'll switch in a moment. And then take the opposite arm up and over. feeling that foam roller, feeling the support of that foam roller, perhaps allowing you to come further into this stretch. Yeah, it feels so good. We're not even like, what, 5 minutes in or 10 minutes in, and already my body feels better. For 2 and 1, and come to center. And then, guys, just leave the foam roller to the side for a moment. And notice how one side of your body really feels stretched and the other doesn't. Let's take a moment and just swing those arms from side to side. And again, notice how each side feels a little different after doing that stretch on one side. For 2 and 1, and come to center. And then let's balance that out. So take that foam roller, put it over to the other side, reach the other arm up and over. And again, just enjoy the stretch. And you are breathing, feeling the space and length between those bones and those muscles and that opposite side. For 2 and 1, and let's come back to center and swing those arms from side to side again. And notice how it feels just a little more balanced. So that's kind of cool. For 2 and 1, and come to center. Okay, let's grab that foam roller, guys. And we are going to place it long between the heels. So it's long like a tail behind you between the heels. And then let's reach those arms forward, bend the knees, reaching that booty back in space, and come up to standing. And we'll do it again. We'll lower down, coming into that squat, and come up to standing, and do it again. And breathe. Yeah, looking good. Okay, guys. Adding on, the next time you're down, stay down. Let's take that left hand, reach it all the way back behind, look to the left, try to create as much space and length as you can between those fingertips. And then also notice if that right knee has jutted forward. If it has, try to pull it back so your knees are even. Woo, for 2 and 1, and then let's switch sides. Reaching the other arm back. And noticing if that left knee wants to pop forward, and if so, try to prevent that. And reach and breathe. And then we'll switch and switch and switch, just swinging those arms. Yep, breathing. I said the word swinging, but also I want you to be in control of the stopping and starting point when those arms are straight out. And as you purposefully create space between those fingertips, notice how you're really feeling those arm muscles pop awake. Also, you should be feeling those legs pop awake. Yep, so we've got a lot of muscles active here. For 3 and 2 and 1, come to center. And then, guys, let's have a seat on the very front end of that foam roller. Good. All right, and then we'll place the feet flat, tuck the chin to the chest, and roll down vertebrae by vertebrae really slowly up, and lie all the way flat. All right, I don't know about you, but I feel like the clouds are partying and angels are singing. So this feels amazing. Just lying back on the foam roller. I want you guys to notice where your head is in space. Is it completely resting on the foam roller as if you're lying on a picnic table? If it is not, please scoot down so it is. So I want your head completely supported on the foam roller, and then begin to rock from side to side if you're not already. By the way, guys, for that matter, I also want your hips supported. So it's kind of like you're lying on a picnic table with your knees bent and your feet flat. So that's how much support I want you to have on your back. All right, rolling from side to side. Woo! Let's roll all the way over to the right side, guys. And then just focus on that right booty cheek and that right side of your spine. And just enjoy that, feeling that massage. Woo. And depending on the density of your foam roller, this might feel more or less intense. By the way, if you are on a soft carpet, this will feel a little less intense. Also, if you are on a softer foam roller, this will also feel less intense. All right, let's roll to center and roll over to the other side, focusing on that left booty cheek area, that left portion of the spine. Yeah, you guys look amazing, loving it. Woo! Just enjoy that sensation, that massage. If you were with me earlier in the week for my classes, probably feels amazing. In other words, feeling a little bit sore from the previous workouts and really enjoying the opportunity to massage those muscles. Woo! And then let's come back to center, guys. All right, so foam roller is straight up and down the spine. And then from here, let's reach those arms up to the ceiling. And notice how those shoulders kind of are cradled in the foam roller. Actually, I guess the opposite of a cradle. So the spine is almost, okay, so I meant the word cradle. But anyways, feel the support of the foam roller underneath you, feeling those shoulders wrap around the foam roller. And then guys, let's reach one hand down towards the hip, palm facing in, and we'll reach the other arm towards the wall behind you. Both arms up to the ceiling and switch and switch. So I said the word switch. I could have also said the word swish. So it's like we're swishing our arms from side to side. And just notice how amazing this feels. Notice how as you reach one arm overhead, the midsection on that side of the body feels a stretch. Notice how those shoulders are moving over the foam roller, giving a terrific massage sensation. And also notice how this is inherently a posture correcting exercise. In fact, in my opinion, this is the best posture correcting pose, just lying on the foam roller. Arm movement doesn't really matter, just lying on that foam roller, passively allowing those shoulders to relax down and around that foam roller. Really, you get a lot of bang for your buck in improving that posture. So just enjoy this. Notice how you're feeling some warmth in that shoulder area. Also notice how you are feeling terrific mobility in that shoulder area. All right, guys, we're going to switch this move up. So the next time those arms are up towards the ceiling, pause. Pivot those palms so they're facing down towards your knees. And then let's open those elbows, bending those arms into a goalpost type position, lowering those elbows, and reach those arms up to the ceiling and do it again. And continue. Yep, so just enjoying, again, the movement of those shoulders over the foam roller in a slightly different manner. Woo, yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely look forward to our foam roll Friday parties. That's what it feels like for my body. It's like a party, like, yay, this is amazing. Okay, guys, next time those elbows are down, pause. All right, so we've got those elbows down. They're out from the shoulders, and then keeping those arms bent in that 90-ish degree angle, keeping those elbows where they are in space, lower those fingertips down towards the mat. And then we'll come back to center and then lower those fingernails down towards the mat and come to center and continue. So we're swishing our fingertips kind of like rainbows on the sides of our bodies as we're going through this range of motion. And it's okay if your range of motion is not that great. Just honor your end range of motion. So in other words, we don't want to push it. And you might begin to notice that your range of motion increases. But again, we don't want to push it. So the shoulder is the most movable joint in the body. It is also the most vulnerable joint in the body. So we want to protect our shoulders. So again, it's another way of saying we're not pushing anything. We're just allowing. Kind of like I want to do in my life. We're not pushing stuff. We're allowing stuff. Ooh. All right. And then, wow, really feeling a terrific stretch in that shoulder area. But let's move on and just open those arms to a T, palms facing up. Arms open to a T, palms facing up. Let's take a moment and gently rock from side to side again on that foam roller, massaging out that the sides of the spine and that booty area again. And enjoying that sensation a lot. And then let's come back to center, guys. Okay, next, arms are out to the sides like a T, palms facing up. It's okay if those elbows are a little bit bent, or you can straighten them if that feels better for you. We're going to begin to make a snow angel type movement or a jumping jack type movement. So let's open those arms to the T and then slide those hands on the mat, reaching those arms up overhead. And then let's bring those arms back to a T and then bring those hands under the hips and continue. So it's like we're making a big snow angel with our upper body, or perhaps a jumping jack type motion with those arms, whatever cue feels, speaks to you, but just making a big movement with those arms, with the backs of the hands dragging on the mat lightly. Okay, guys, and then if you wish, let's kick those legs out long and open those legs as you reach those arms overhead, and then bring those feet together, adding in that balance challenge as you bring those hands down towards your hips. So in other words, now we're doing like a full snow angel or jumping jack movement, moving the legs and the arms in unison. Yeah, increasing that balance challenge, and breathe. Maybe to increase the balance challenge even more, if you'd like to, you can begin to lessen the amount of pressure between your hands and your heels on the mat as you're going through this range of motion. Woo! Yeah, looking so good. Loving it. For 3 and 2. Woo! And the next time those arms are open to a T, pause. All right, guys. And let's one final time gently rock from side to side, just taking the feel goods. I just realized you couldn't see my feet, but I promise I was making that jumping jack motion with my feet as well. For 2 and 1. Let's gently roll to the side of the foam roller, landing on the ground, and just roll that foam roller to the side. And just windshield wiper those knees from side to side. And notice how just moving your body on the mat creates that massage sensation, particularly after we've massaged those muscles. So they are already perhaps feeling a little more tender from that massage on the foam roller. For 2 and 1, and come to center. Okay, guys, next, let's bring one knee into tabletop and the other knee into tabletop. Take that foam roller, put it on top of your shins. Okay, so we're just playing here. If it's better for you, you can keep your head flat, or you can come into a crunch position. We're going to come into a crunch position today, balancing that foam roller on your shins. Yep. Breathing, and then maybe begin to move those knees away from you and bring those knees towards you and do it again. We're moving slowly through space. Trying not to lose our balance. And so in other words, trying to keep that foam roller across the shins. By the way, just have fun with this. If you're not experiencing success balancing the foam roller, just know that you are finding success in increasing that mind-body connection as you're attempting to go through this range of motion. All right, for 2 and 1, and then roll that foam roller towards you, catch it in your hands, and we'll take that foam roller and put it right under the thighs. Okay, guys, and then for this next sequence, we're going to keep the head down. Let's lift the hips, roll the foam roller under, let's put it right at about the tailbone area. Okay, and then bring those knees into tabletop. Let's begin to pedal those legs like we're riding a bicycle. And then let's make that pedaling motion as large as possible. Woo! Yep. Feeling a really terrific stretch, feeling some muscles working. And then, guys, as we go through the motion of lowering the leg away from us, let's flex the feet and then point for the rest of the movement. So again, just, wow, my body's really having a hard time with this. So in that hard time, guys, just playing with choreography, we are increasing that mind-body connection and focusing on that concentration, which is such an important component of Pilates. So when I cue for stuff that's quite challenging, not necessarily for the muscles or the balance, but more for the coordination, which is, by the way, another huge word in Pilates, it increases that mind-body connection. Yeah, you guys look amazing. And breathe there. Now I think I'm starting to get it. Oh, I said that too soon. All right, so anyways, just enjoying this range of motion, focusing on that mind-body connection. Also notice how you're feeling muscles in that lower abdominal area. Yeah, for 3 and 2. And the next time, actually, let's bring those legs up to the ceiling. All right, legs up to the ceiling. Place your hands onto each side of the foam roller for stability. And then let's begin to tick-tock those feet from side to side. Take a look up at your toes, guys, and pretend that you are, let's keep those big toes together. That's an easier way to say that. So keeping those big toes together so those toenails are staying even with one another, as opposed to staggering the feet. Woo! And notice how in doing that, you feel those oblique muscles to a greater degree, and you also feel that massage sensation to a greater degree. So one booty cheek might come off of the foam roller, depending on your range of motion. Try to keep both shoulder blades down, still keeping that head down for 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, guys, let's lower those feet down to the mat. And then lift the hips and roll the foam roller up just about 1 inch or so. So we're changing the point of contact just a little with that foam roller, and we'll bring those knees back into tabletop. And then, guys, imagine you're balancing a book on those knees, and hollow out that belly as much as you can. Squeeze those knees together, and then keeping those knees together just like that. Let's drop both knees over to the right. Notice if one knee is staggering. If it is, let's prevent that. Yeah, really nice. And come back to center and switch. So what's happening here, the cues that I've made with the knees, keeping those knees together, you're really rocking from one side of your derriere to the other. Yep. And again, let's keep both shoulder blades down so you're feeling a lot of spinal rotation. You're feeling a lot of oblique work. Woo, feeling a lot of a terrific massage sensation. Woo. And if that foam roller feels like it's going to shoot out, just grab onto it and hold on to it. All right, guys, and the next time you're over to one side, it doesn't matter which pause. And then let's just hang out here on this one side. Yep, notice if those knees are staggering, and if they are, let's bring them together, or not actually. For this, guys, just take a moment here and notice the area on your booty that's in contact with the foam roller. And I just want you to focus on that pressure and move your body in such a way that feels good for you. So if you kind of just circle your body around on that area, probably feels pretty good. Woo. And then guys, let's come to center and then drop those knees over to the other side. And give your body a chance to settle into the stretch, and then just massage out the side of that booty cheek. Yeah, just moving your body in a manner that feels good for you. And maybe good is not the not the correct word. In other words, sometimes this type of movement hurts so good. Woo. And just breathe. I'm full of oohs and ahs. Okay, feeling quite animated with this foam roller today. All right, guys, for 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, next, place both hands onto the foam roller. Let's take those legs up to the ceiling. And then if you wish, guys, you can press your hands into the foam roller, lifting your booty somewhat off of the foam roller, coming into more of a situation, rolling up your spine and then lowering down slowly and doing it again and continue. If that doesn't feel good to you, just omit that. I'm going to omit that today, but I know for some of you that probably feels amazing. So the only rule here, guys, is keep that head down. And then just, if that, yeah, I'm seeing some of you really enjoying that. I'll cue on, but if you want to continue doing that for a little bit, you're welcome to. Let's take both legs straight up to the ceiling. And then let's drop both legs just a few inches over to the right, away from you, over to the left, and back up towards the ceiling. In other words, begin to make circles with those legs. Yeah, looking great. Woo. Feeling the massage shift around, also feeling that work shift around in the midsection, and then pause and let's reverse the direction of those circles. And breathe, yeah, looking good. So I'm seeing some really tiny circles, and I'm also seeing some really large circles. Whichever option feels best for you today. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. And then guys, let's lower those feet all the way down to the mat. Lift those hips, remove the foam roller from underneath you, and then we'll windshield wiper those knees from side to side again before we move on. For 2 and 1, and come back to center. Okay, guys, let's kick those legs out long in front of you. Take that foam roller, reach it straight up to the ceiling, palms on each end of the foam roller. Let's flex those feet, press those heels into the mat. Take an inhale with an enormous exhale, tuck the chin to the chest and roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly coming all the way up. Yep, and then when you're to the top, guys, let's reach those arms forward, bringing the foam roller towards the toes. Leaning forward. I'm not going to do this, but you probably are feeling really good in that forward fold situation. And then stack that spine, vertebrae upon vertebrae. And then take that foam roller and let's put it behind you. All right, and then lean back on the foam roller. So it's just about above the waist, definitely above the waist. And then place the fingertips behind the head. Let's lift those hips and begin to roll forwards and backwards, up and down on that foam roller. So we're going about just from above the waist up towards the shoulder area. And notice how great this massage feels. You are breathing. I'm noticing that there's this cute little spider next to me that I really do not want to have too much contact with. So you guys continue. I'm going to grab a little towel and put this cute little spider somewhere where he can live his cute little life far away from me. Okay, so it's a pesky cute little spider. No, I really don't want to hurt him. I think I got it. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, after all that, I'm not sure I actually had him in the towel. Okay, rolling forwards and backwards on that foam roller. I know that I could spend 5 minutes with this spider with you guys in this position and you would like me because it feels amazing. But let's go ahead and pause. And then we'll pivot those elbows to the right and continue rolling up and down on that foam roller. Yeah, I spotted the spider again. He's going in the other direction. So I think he got the message I didn't want him near me. And you are breathing. Whew, enjoying that massage sensation. And let's come back to center, pivot those elbows to the other side and continue rolling up and down. So I've been auditioning for like commercials and stuff, and part of it is I'm trying to get really animated, and I'm realizing on a foam roller I almost have to try to make myself less animated because it feels so amazing. All right, and come back to center, and then guys, let's roll up towards the shoulders. Fingertips laced behind the head, lower that head down and around the foam roller, just feeling that big heart opening sensation. And then head cradled in the hands, just roll forwards and backwards up on that upper shoulder area. We're avoiding the neck, by the way, so we're staying on the shoulders. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then let's lower the booty down. Okay, so this time we've got the booty down, fingertips cradled in the head. Let's reach that head down and around, feeling that big heart opening sensation. And if you think about, guys, what's going on with your spine right now, again, so this is the exact opposite of leaning forward over our lives. So huge posture correcting position right here. We'll just hang out here for a moment. And then, guys, navel is tucked to the spine. Let's go ahead and lift that head, neck, and torso. And then we'll lower back down around the foam roller and come back to center and continue. Begin to see, guys, if you can feel this in the upper abdominals as you're going through this range of motion. And breathe for 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. And then, guys, booty is down. Let's open those elbows wide to the side. Bring the right elbow towards the right end of the foam roller. Come to center and left elbow to the left. And then if you wish, you can lift those hips. We're just kind of swishing, not lifting and lowering in space, and just allow your body freedom of movement here. And then if you wish, you can begin to roll forwards and backwards while you're swishing from side to side. I feel like I'm getting a little dizzy. Never felt that before. And then maybe just pivot with those one elbow towards one side and roll forwards and backwards. And then switch. I'll hang out here just for about 10 more seconds, just enjoying this, making this meaningful for you. For 2 and 1. And then, guys, let's lower that booty all the way down. Okay, next, we'll roll that foam roller right behind the waist. Okay, and then foam roller right behind the waist, and then take both knees and pivot them to one side. Doesn't matter which, we'll switch in just a moment. So now the pressure of the spine on the foam roller is at an angle. Okay, and then in this position, lift those hips just a little and roll back and forth. down on the waist area on the side of the spine. So that's super important, guys. By the way, there are organs down in this area, and if this is not feeling pleasant for you, then you can do two. Well, you can do anything. But one thing you could do is keep the booty down and just feel that sensation. Or you could come back to any of the previous movements that we've done. So the reason why we want to roll out the waist area at an angle is because the bones in the spine stick out at a different angle down near the waist, which is not conducive to having pressure right on top of them as it is for the rest of the spine. For 2 and 1 and pause. And then guys, let's drop the knees over to the other side. So we'll roll out the other side of the spine down at that waist area. That would have been funny if I had seen that spider on Halloween, huh? I could have talked about, boo, how scary, spiders. Actually, I think spiders are pretty cute. My son has a fear of spiders, and there's this really sweet video series called Lucas the Spider on YouTube. And it's about the cutest little spider, and he has like this little kid voice, and he wonders why everyone's so scared of him. Anyways, makes it really hard to kill a spider after watching that. Although honestly, I've always had a hard time killing bugs. For 2 and 1 and come back to center. Okay, guys, next, let's take that foam roller, roll it way out behind you, and come to a lying down position on the ground with the head on the foam roller. So it's just the foam roller I said on the head, it's actually behind the neck, and your head is just resting on it. And then let's begin to, as if we're shaking that head no slowly. And just feel that massage sensation on the back of the head and the neck. And just enjoy that. Your legs can be wherever you'd like for them to be. So if you want to keep them bent, you can. If you want to kick them straight, you can. You can even drop those knees to one side. Feel that stretch in your midsection. If actually, I'll cue for that just to give you time to switch sides. But if you prefer to have them somewhere else, that's fine. And just breathe. It feels amazing. Do this for a long time. But let's go ahead and switch it up. So pause, and then fingertips on the outside of the foam roller. Roll that foam roller up your skull just a little bit. So it's a different point of contact. If your knees are to one side, let's take this opportunity to shift them over to the other side. And then commence the shaking your head slowly again. And notice how that feels on a different part of your head. Feels really good. And just enjoy that. Yeah, looking so good, guys. Yeah, so talking about commercials, I just found out yesterday, I'm super excited. I got a Cal Optima commercial in Southern California. That's a big insurance company. I think they're just local to California, hence the Cal and the Optima name. But so I'm excited about that. I shoot tomorrow. Yeah, thank you. I see that thumbs up. For 2 and 1 and come back to center. All right, guys, completely switching gears. Let's come to a seated position. We've got that foam roller behind us, right? Roll it towards the tush and then place your hands on the other side. Knees bent, feet flat, lift those hips, and then let's come to a seated position on the foam roller. So we've got our arms behind us for stability, guys. And then if you wish, you can come onto gorilla fists if that's better for you. Doing so helps to protect the wrists. And then let's bring those knees into a tabletop position. And let's shimmy from side to side. I said tabletop, but really you can have those legs at whatever angle you want. Usually a tabletop connotes kind of a right angle. But if it's better for you to have those feet further away, yeah, you do you, whatever that looks like. I'm less interested in the form of the tabletop, more interested in the massage on that derriere area. So just make it so you are feeling good. Wow, notice if there's like any really tight areas in there. By the way, you can also do this with your feet down. You will just experience a little less of a firm massage with those feet down. So that's totally an option if that's better for you. And in fact, it's better for me today. If you notice a little area, perhaps it's not little, maybe it feels really large, but as a super sensitive area, if you just hang out on that spot and just kind of move your body a little bit over the spot while maintaining pressure on that same spot, you might begin to feel a bit of a release. Woo. I'll just give us a little bit of time here, guys. So just, yeah, make this meaningful for you. Whatever that looks like, you guys look amazing. I love it. I really appreciate you guys being with me. We've been doing this for a couple of years now with the pandemic, and I'm so grateful that these classes are continuing and there's interest in them. So I appreciate that. Woo. And then on my YouTube channel, I'm starting to get more views. Some of them have over 20. Woo! I know, it's so funny. So I filmed for another thing on a YouTube channel. It was like a mock mediation, kind of a mediation gone wrong. Actually, it was kind of Jerry Springer style, but it was fun. And I got to do, what's the word? Ad lib. There's a word for it. Improv. But at any rate, I was checking out their station, and they have like 1 million views on some of their videos, and I'm like, wow, I have a long ways to go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pause and roll back so the foam roller is under the thighs. And then we'll place those hands behind us again, lift that booty, and begin to roll forwards and backwards over the hamstrings. And just enjoy that sensation. And if it's bothersome for your wrists and the gorilla fist thing isn't working for you, you can keep your booty down and just kind of shimmy those legs from side to side. And that actually feels really amazing. Yeah. So you can roll forwards and backwards. You can shimmy those feet from side to side. You can shimmy those feet from side to side while you're rolling forwards and backwards. You get the idea. So lots and lots of options here. The goal is to feel good in that hamstring area, massaging those hamstrings out. They get so tight, and you know, there's like a trickle effect where when one muscle group is tight, it trickles up and down, affecting everything else. So believe it or not, this is good for the posture. If you want more, you can cross one thigh over the other. That will increase the pressure. Woo, and if you're doing that, let's uncross and then cross the other thigh over. Yep. By the way, guys, for this sequence, we're avoiding the back of the knee. That's particularly true if anyone is pregnant. Not a lot. And let's pause and come to center. Okay, so I'm going to cue on. So let's take that one, we'll balance it out on the other side. So it doesn't matter which, take one leg, cross it over the other, and then pivot to that side of the bottom leg. Yeah, and begin to roll out more of the side, woo, of that thigh. Yeah, really feeling this a lot. Join that sensation for 2 and 1, come back to center, and then let's cross the other thigh over and then tilt on that side. Yep. Massaging out more of the side of that thigh area. Woo, frequently this area can hurt so good. So if that's happening, don't be alarmed. Sometimes when I'm teaching classes in the studio, and we'll do a foam roll series, and afterwards a student will come up and say, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? I felt that so much. I'm like, nothing's wrong with you. Everyone feels that a lot. All right, guys, and then one final time, we'll just balance this out on the hamstrings for 2 and 1, and lower that booty down. We'll take that foam roller and rest the calves on it. Okay, guys, resting the calves on it. Let's just put it under that super meaty part of the calves. And just shimmy those feet from side to side. And just feel that massage, and then roll it up or down a little bit and continue. Yeah, just kind of flapping those legs. Whew. If you get this movement more coming from the head of the femur and the hip socket rather than the ankles, you'll get more of a massage sensation in that calf area. If you want a little more, you can lift those hips. You can roll forwards and backwards on those calves. You can, again, yeah, lots of options. You can flap your feet from side to side while you're rolling forwards and backwards. So we'll just hang out here for a moment. Just make this meaningful for you. You can cross one ankle over the other. And if you're doing that, I'll cue for that just to allow you time for the other side. So don't worry about managing your time. Oh, yeah, definitely this can hurt so good. And if you have one ankle crossed over, uncross, and let's cross out, or cross out. Let's massage the other side. Wow, I feel cocoon flunk so extremely. I almost feel like I should hear them like when picking a guitar string. All right, and come back to center. Okay, moving on. I feel like I could do this forever, but I want to roll out the thighs too, the tops of the thighs. So that would be the quadriceps. So let's take that foam roller, and we're going to place it in front of us, coming to an all fours position. And it's just in front of the knees, and then just kind of drape yourself across that foam roller. So it is under the thighs. So I want it under the thighs, which is different than under the knees. So we want to avoid that bony part. Yeah, and then begin to roll forwards and backwards. If it's better for you to come onto your elbows, that's totally an option. Yeah, and breathe. Woo, feeling this quite a bit. Just gonna reposition a little bit. One of my Zoom students came and saw me in the studio. By the way, I'm filming live from Coretown Pilates, and she came to take a live Pilates class with me, and she saw this room. She's like, oh my gosh, I thought it was enormous, but it's actually quite tiny, hence me repositioning myself frequently so I'm not hitting equipment. All right, guys, and then let's find a spot on the thighs, wherever feels good for you, and we'll bend and straighten those legs. Yeah, just taking that static hold. And then you can begin to roll forwards and backwards while you're bending and straightening those legs. Oh, this feels so good. And then pause, and then let's switch those feet from side to side. And then while you're switching from side to side, let's roll forwards and backwards. Yep, so just make this meaningful for you, whatever that looks like. Whew. And enjoy. For 3 and 2 and 1. Let's lower those legs down, toes down. Come on to the hands. Navel is tucked to the spine. Take an inhale, exhale, lift those hips, coming into a plank. Why the heck not? Planks are so amazing. They're like a fabulous full body workout. Almost a full body workout. And hold and breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2. And then guys, let's lower those knees down. Okay, from here, lowering those knees down, we're in an all fours position. Take that foam roller and put it over on the right side. So foam roller is on the right side, going the length of you. And then, oh man, time flies when you're having fun, guys. From here, we'll reach that booty back towards the heels. Take that foam roller, put it upright on your right side, right hand on the foam roller. This is a lot of cues for a super simple move. And then just press yourself up to standing. Nice job. Well, I feel like that class flew by. I hope you're feeling fabulous to go into your Friday and your weekend. If you're in Southern California, it's going to be super hot. So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And swinging those arms from side to side, come to center. And reach those arms overhead. Drop those shoulders. Curl the fingertips over. Tuck the chin to the chest. Roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way down. When you get down to the bottom, nod your head. Heck yes. I feel amazing. Shake your head. No, no, no. And then softness in the knees. Head is heavy. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way up. When you get to the top, guys, bring those shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down. One more time, up, back and down, and walk into your Friday, get it, with your awesome posture. Have a fabulous weekend, and thanks for joining me.